Hi Gemini, welcome to your end of July 2020 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Yeah, kind of had a brain fart there for a second. Oh, two cards came out. I'm going to include both of them. Wow, they're both pentacles. How do you like them apples? Let's see, put these here. Okay. Getting a lot of that Four of Wands. Okay. And I'm not going to add an additional card. The Death card can be transformation and good stuff like that. So it's not something that I feel like, oh, I don't want to end on that. No, I mean, that's a good thing. And actually, with the eclipse in Sagittarius, that definitely was a trigger for you, being the opposite sign and opposed your sun or rising sign. And the 7th house, the opposite house of relationships. But you're going to have a lunar eclipse in your sign in end of November, so that could be something that's where this is all going towards, even though this is for a shorter period of time than that. It's the last card. So the heart of the matter is the Seven of Swords. This can be a situation where you have decided to go your own way because perhaps you've tried to deal with some people and it just hasn't been working out the way that you had hoped. And, you know, you figure that you have to do what you have to do. You are swords because you're air signs. The other air signs are, I was going to say Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So either of these signs may be that Seven of Swords too. This may be a deceptive person. If you have experienced physical theft, theft of property, then perhaps you're trying to find out who done it, who's been stealing from me. What else? Cheating behaviors, deceptive behaviors from a partner. But some of the other cards here might suggest that this is not necessarily a personal, like a romantic relationship. So we have in the past position the Knight and the King of Pentacles. These are both signs that are connected with money, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Virgo is another mutable sign, so that might be the one in question. But the point of it is that this may have something to do with like a financial matter. The King of Pentacles can even be like a bank manager, a stockbroker, or a like a stockbroker or a bank manager, or what else? I was going to say something else. A business owner and the employee of that establishment. And maybe they have somehow swindled you in some way. So if you work retail and you're working with the Knight of Pentacles and they are like the classic employee, the what do they call that? The poster child of the great employee with a great work ethic. They might be doing something underhanded, even though they are also working very diligently. And you might have uncovered that in the workplace, and that makes it very difficult for you to stay. Maybe they're trying to get in good with the boss and they have taken your idea. If this is somebody who just, this person, the Knight of Pentacles connects with Taurus energy. This person has the ability to be very consistent in terms of their work ethic and that sort of thing. but they're not necessarily full of ideas. You're a Gemini. You're the idea person. So they may have the rap of being really good at, showing up on time. Maybe you have a problem with coming in on time, but you're very bright. And it's not to say that they're stupid, but that they're just not that type of clever person, and you are. And like for instance, I mean, this could run the gamut, but like an advertising agency, when they have these campaigns, and you come up with this brilliant idea, and they steal it and say that it's theirs. And because they have a good track record, they get away with it. They seem like a solid citizen. And maybe you're like, new on the scene. But, so the theft of intellectual property, if not physical property. And the King of Pentacles may back up this Knight of Pentacles. And who knows, maybe it is father and son. Maybe it's nepotism. They've employed their own offspring in the office, so you're going to naturally be the odd man out, or odd woman out. The higher message is the Eight of Cups, and it's like maybe it's time to go. And also on the emotional level, maybe it hasn't been fulfilling for a while. Or it could also be like spiritually that you're advancing and you no longer tolerate the same things, or you might even have experiences show up for you that allow you to break free from them. By the way, sorry about this. I know it's off center, just in case anybody, it's problematic for them like that. Yeah, so if something that hasn't been fulfilling, then it's more likely that you're going to want to leave, and it makes a lot of sense. Well, crosses use the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. So we have the King, Queen, and Knight of Pentacles. It almost sounds like a family business or something like that. I don't know if that rings true for anybody, where it's all in the family, And it's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles I'm reading in the reversed position, unlike these cards. So perhaps these people are not so bad. It's actually this woman who is the real driving force, who's causing the problems. Another thing this could be is a family matter. So for instance, that's another thing too, because you just had a lunar eclipse in Capricorn in your 8th house of shared resources, for instance. And this could be like, since money is featured with all 3 of these court cards, people, it could be family issues with money, like an inheritance. The 8th house is death. Again, I got the death card. Okay, so maybe it's something like that, where these are family members. Now, this might not be your mother. This might be your stepmother, and she may be blaming the son and the husband. I don't know if it would be her family, your, maybe there's like 2 families, and you're the first family, and your father married this woman. Who knows? You know what I mean? And that's who he has the children with. And, it's very interesting. I had another sign that had a similar type of situation. But you may be, somebody may be like stealing that money. And either the Queen of Pentacles, this mother figure, is either because she's greedy, she's like putting pressure on the Knight and King of Pentacles to do her dirty work. They might not be the bad guys, it might be her, but she's kind of in the shadows. And so, and yeah, I mean, maybe these are your relatives and she's kind of like the stepmother, so she doesn't want to come across as the villain. So she's like letting them do the dirty work for her. But she's calling all the shots, perhaps. And if that's the case, what it's saying is that these people have an attitude of like, hey, you have to work for what you get. And so they're not the ones that are plotting to cheat, but she's a narcissistic personality. And really, I've been saying this a lot recently because I've been getting a lot of kings and queens in my readings. And yes, it could be fathers and mothers, but just authority figures like bosses or people who are the heads of the company. So when you go to complain, they call the shots and they decide. And what you will find if you kind of research about narcissism is that money is a big part of it, because that's how they maintain control over people. And there are people who, because of their nature, are easily controlled. Like, so the Knight and King of Pentacles, she may have her own money, but she's just completely, she can't get enough, she wants more, I don't know, or she just loves the power trip. What's coming in, or the advice, is the Four of Wands. I think for advice, it's like, this is the card of the happy home, the happy marriage. So if you're dealing with somebody, for instance, who's cheating on you, and I mean that the Knight and King of Pentacles, Gemini, this could be the same person. That's what I thought when I pulled those cards together, is that the person has, it's really that, I don't think it would be cheating so much. I think it's more over materialism and workaholism. That's what I see. So I'm not going to say that they're cheating, but you're thinking of kind of like going your own way, and doing so because you're not emotionally connected. And if the Queen of Pentacles is reversed as a facet of you, then perhaps what it's saying is that you have this side to yourself that is a spendthrift. Maybe you have inner planets in Taurus, Venus in Taurus, that even, the typical Gemini is not like that, but there might be some out there. And if it's the case, it's because you have a shopping addiction, you just like, excuse me, nice things in life. You have Libra rising, Taurus rising, Leo rising. You want to look good. You want to look like you're successful. Yeah, it could be the ego that's coming into play here and making you more ostentatious than you need to be. But regardless, it's something that perhaps you've just gotten into a habit, and you need to realize that it's keeping you trapped, because you're in a place that you don't want to be. Emotionally, you don't want to be. And the Four of Wands, I've been getting this card over and over again, to me is like, when you go home, who are you going home to? Again, bringing up the situation we've been dealing with being on shutdown. Some people spending a lot of time at home. The home base becoming much more, you becoming more aware of it and aware of whether or not it's a good situation. And when it's not, it's something that you want to get away from, obviously, and maybe that's why I have the Seven of Swords. But valuing it enough to want to have that as a goal. The outcome is the Death card, and that is that change is inevitable. Transformation is inevitable. You are going to change. You're going to have a lunar eclipse, which is like that Death card, in your sign on November 30th. And so see what transpires towards the end of 2020, Gemini. And that's just it's just getting warmed up. I mean, there's going to be more in 2021. I'm looking forward to it as a Sagittarian. I'm hoping that you will too, and embrace the change. I see the Eight of Cups as connected to Scorpio. I see it as a transformation, but not so sure that that's the correspondence, the actual correspondence. But in any case, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.